Hi friends, welcome back to QA Scripts. In previous video, we have learned how to use annotations and here it continues. Let's say you have automated three tests or scenarios and let's say we have mentioned the test name as first method, second method and third method. As usual, here it's extended to base test and login as well as logout method will be executed before and after the tests. Okay, so the scenario is this release all the methods are required and he will execute all the three methods, but in the next release by some reason maybe the functionality is damaged or not completed or system particular module is got disturbed by something else. At that time you don't want to execute the scripts related to that particular module or the functionality. You want to enable them, or sorry, and you want to disable them. You don't want to execute. Is there any method to stop execution, or I can say that ignore or avoid the execution of those kind of scripts? Okay, let's say here there is a functionality which is related to second method that is got damaged in this release and I don't want to execute. So I can avoid this method, or I can make ignore, or I can make in a such a way that it should not execute even though if I execute entire suit or the class. How to make that? I can use one attribute called enabled. So here is the way we can use. We need to use enabled equals to false. If you use enabled equals to false, the method second method is not going to execute. Let me execute without using enabled attribute first, then it will be easy for you to understand whether it works fine or not. So here I have executed the program and total number of test runs are 3 and no failures. All messages are displayed here. Login to Facebook, first method, second method and third method. So now what I will do, I will just use enabled equals to false to the method second, because I don't want to execute in this release. So if you use enabled equals to false, what happens, that method will not execute. So here I think it's not get executed. Let me execute again. Okay, some failures are happening, or okay, 1 second. I think some issues with my, okay, there were some issues. So let me execute again. So here I will say test ng run, and you can see total number of tests ran this time is 2 and total failures 0 and skips also 0. But if you look at the messages, I have got first method, third method, the message, but there is no message called second method because it has got ignored because of enabled equals to false. If you make true, then it will get executed. And these two methods, that is first method and third methods, are getting executed even though you don't have enabled equals to true. It means by default, if you don't have specified enabled equals to true, it will be considered as a true itself. By default, enabled will be true. If you mention enabled equals to false, then only the method will not get executed. Either you can mention enabled equals to true here or leave it, still it will going to consider method enabled equals to true only by default. Till now we have executed different tests from same class as a test by right clicking and clicking on TestNG test. Suppose, say we have 100 test cases or test scripts and you want to execute all of them in a single shot, or as I can say that in a batch mode. So if you follow this method, you cannot execute in batch, because you have to run each time by clicking on run as button. But as I said, say we have got new release and you want to execute all the 100 scripts in batch, so that you don't need to be in front of the system. You can just start running scripts and you can go to home, and by that time you will come back, it should be executed all the 100 test scenarios or test scripts. To do this task, is there a way, or is there a option in Eclipse as well as in Selenium? Yes, we can do this by using TestNG scenarios. This batch run can be achieved by using TestNG XML. Let's see how to work with TestNG XML, and before that, where we can get that TestNG XML. There are two ways. Either you can manually create it by right click on src, go to new, and here there is an option called file, and you can say testng, or you can give any name if you want and say xml and create it. But I don't prefer this method because you need to have a lot of knowledge about xml and the tags which are need to placed inside the TestNG XML. The simplest way is, after executing any TestNG test, it will provide one line statement here, like C users so and so, and at the end there will be one file name called testng-custom suite.xml. So here let me take the path till here, okay, not entire path. Then let me go to that particular folder. Inside that there is a one XML already created by TestNG. I will copy this and I will paste here. So what is there inside this TestNG XML? Let me click on. So here, if you click on source tab, you'll be able to see the tags which is starting with switch test classes inside that class. So it means that this TestNG can be used for the batch execution. Uh, Before you start executing, there are some settings or configuration need to be performed. Before we jump into the configuration, I wanted to pull all the other test scripts as well. Here is the one test script name called TestNG demo. That is this script. So you want to make sure whether it's working fine or not, or if it is pointing to fine or not. What you have to do, you need to cross verify by using control key. Press your control key, then move your cursor on class. If it is highlighting as link, then it's understood that the test script what you have mentioned here is pointing to the test scripts which are present in the src folder. If it is not pointing, then there is a error, it will not execute. So make sure that this is a small cross verification, you have to do it. And now I want to add other scripts such as testng demo. To do that, what I will do, I'll just use the same class and paste it out here. And here the name of test script is TestNG demo itself. It's not TestNG 1. So here is the TestNG 1 and here is the TestNG demo script. So both the scripts I have placed side by side in the TestNG custom suite XML. So if I execute this, both of the script will execute, and whatever the methods present inside that with the TestNG at the rate test tag, they will also get executed. In order to execute using uh, TestNG XML, we need to configure. How to configure? We need to right click on XML, go to run as. This time you will not get TestNG test. Instead of that, it will get an option called run configuration. You need to do this settings or configuration only one time. because till now we have executed as a class. Now we are executing as suite. So select the radio button called suite and click on browse button. Before you click on browse button, make sure that you have selected proper project. If it is pointing to some other project, you may not get TestNG XML what I have placed inside the project called QA scripts. So I will select the suite radio button, then I will click on browse. Here there are two options. One is bin/testng custom suite.xml. Don't go for this bin. Always select the TestNG custom suite.xml which is present inside the src. So I'll select this and I'll say OK, and I'll apply and I'll run it. So as you see, scripts got executed, and here are the messages. So messages are, as usual, log into Facebook is the one method where it will get executed first, because it has annotation called @before test inside the base test. Then it will get executed the method called first method, and it will display the message first method, then third message, then it will go to the uh, class or script called TestNG demo. So this is nothing but here. This is the one. So it will start executing based upon the dependents as well as priority. The first it will get executed is update status, and it will print the message. Then it will execute the click on uh, like button. Where is the method? Here is the method, like photo. Because this will not get executed, the share post is not going to execute because there is a error in the method called update status, and share photo is depend upon the above method, hence it is not getting executed. This I have explained in the previous video. So this is the way you can make all the script execute in batch. As of now I have only two scripts I have placed like this. If you have 100 scripts, you can just place all of them inside the classes tags. These are all examples, but question comes how to use the TestNG XML as well as these annotations in real-time automation using Selenium WebDriver. To do this, what I will do, I will use one simple website, and I will try to automate one or two scenarios so that it will be easy to understand where and how can we use in real time all these concepts. I will use this website called novcommerce.com. This is a free website, and here I will automate registration flow. After launching the page, it needs to click on register, then fill out this form, and at the end click on register button. So this is a simple flow I will automate, and I will call all the uh, methods as using at the rate test as well as other annotations, and I will execute using TestNG XML in next video. So this is going to give a brief introduction about how to use all of the annotations as well as capabilities of TestNG in real time. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or queries, or if you want to get trained online by us, please contact on this email ID, as well as you can call us for to these numbers, USA as well as India, and we'll meet in next video. Thanks for watching again.